So I hear this saying, big risk, big reward a lot. And I see people talking about it. They talk about how they're taking a big risk on a stock to get a big reward. Well, one thing that I've learned over the last year is that there's a better way to trade. And I'm going to talk about this in this video, talk about how I have been able to be consistently profitable for the last 3 weeks trading with this one idea. So do me a big favor here. Go ahead and like this video, comment, and subscribe after you watch and you enjoy the video. So do all that fun stuff. Help me help you. Okay, so we're talking about the idea of big risk, big reward. And a lot of people talk about this really with the stock market. It makes a lot of sense because I can bet really big on a stock and I can get a big reward, take a big risk, and there's then a payoff big. But here's the problem. If I consistently take big risk, if I consistently try for big rewards, I'm going to consistently fail. I might have 1 or 2 big wins, but at the same time, I'm going to have a lot more big losses. And the big problem with people when they get emotional about a trade, when they get into a trade and they think that, hey, there's a big reward here, all I got to do is risk a lot. I can bet $10,000 that this 10-cent stock's going to go to 20 cents, and if it goes up, I'm going to make $10,000 in a matter of minutes here, and I'm going to really make a big win, and that's the worst possible way to day trade. And I know it sounds bad. I want big wins. I want to make a lot of profit, and I want to make it fast. And the problem with that is it doesn't work. You cannot be consistently profitable like that. You cannot consistently hit home runs every single day. And one of the things the last month that I've really just figured out personally is that when I aim small, I actually end up making more money. As weird as that sounds. So if my goal is to make $300 on the day, the last week or so I've made over $300. And that doesn't make any sense. It really doesn't. When my goal was to make $1,000, it was hard for me to get to $1,000. It was hard for me to break over $1,000. You know, a lot of times I'd end up losing because I was so concentrated on hitting $1,000. So if I was in a trade and I was up $300, $400, I'd be like, well, I'm going to give it some more time here because I want to make $1,000. And at the same time, I wouldn't take profit and that stock would start to go back up. And then I would go from being up $300, it would either pull back or, you know, if I was short, it would start to go back up and squeeze on me. And mentally, I was like, I got to get this big profit. And I really, really wanted that big profit. And I ended up taking a loss. Sometimes I'd be, you know, up $300, $400 on a trade and it'd be a beautiful trade. And then all of a sudden it gets squeezed and then I was down $100. So I went from being up 400 to losing $100. And it just went like this on and on. It happened all the time. And it kept doing this. And I kept trying for these home runs. The biggest issue was I'd have a big loss right at the beginning of the day. I'd get a big red loss. I'd lose $100 in the first minute. And then from there on out, the rest of the day, it was terrible because I would just try to revenge trade. I would try to force trades. So the idea that I'm aiming small with a small profit goal, like here on GNC, look at GNC. Though I actually shorted GNC twice today. I shorted here at the break of 1020 because previously yesterday I did the same thing. It broke through 1020 support. It pulled back here to 980. I got out early. That's always what happens to me. But I got out early. I covered, and it was fine because I was like, I'm happy with that. I got a little bit of profit there on GNC. Later on in the day, it got up here, had a double top there at 1045. I ended up going short here at 1040, and it pulled back to the 1020 area. So, I was like, this is amazing. It's going to crash through 1020. It did. It crashed through 1020, came down here at 1005. And then I thought to myself, okay, earlier in the day, it went to 980. So I'm going to be greedy here. I'm going to think maybe I'm going to go to 980. I'm going to really just try to get a big home run here, and I want to make a lot of money. But then the little bird in the back of my head said, Patrick, you've been consistently profitable with just taking small gains. Look at the last week, the last 2 weeks, you made over $300, over $400, $500 on a day by just taking those small wins. If I can take $100 out of every single trade and I can be able to time my entries perfectly, if I can get in, out, take a small profit, I was able to get those gains that I wanted, but just doing it safer. And I ended up taking profit there at 1005, which it worked out for the first time in a long time. That it ended up bouncing up there, got back up there at 1020. So I covered there at 1005, had a little bottom there, and bam, it squeezed higher. So it worked out for me, and it works out sometimes. A lot of people always say you take profit too early. It is what it is. A lot of times I take profit early, but at the same time, I take profit. So instead of me being greedy, instead of me trying to force a trade, instead of me trying to get into a trade and take a big profit, I'm just going to take profit when I got it. Sometimes I get into a trade and I go ahead of time, like, hey, if I get 10 cents, I'm out. If I get 10 cents on this trade, I'm out of here. Make $100 quick, in, out, bam, and it works. So I'm aiming small and getting larger results, and it really is working, guys. So let's think about that. Aim small, have a small game plan, If you get more, it's great. If you don't, take profit. And it works out that way. It works really good. If you're having issues, being consistently profitable, if you're losing a lot, scale back and then aim small. Aim for $50 a day. Aim for $100 a day. And it really works. I guarantee if you just reduce your expectations, if you trade with the idea that, hey, if I make $50 a day, I'm going to be happy. You make $50 and it's a great feeling. Even though you only made $50, it's still the idea that I made $50, so I'm doing something right. Something is working and I'm in the right mind flow. And it really is rewarding for me. Even the days where I make $300, I hit my goal and I'm like, this is awesome. I hit my goal for the day. Sure, I want to make, $10,000, $20,000 in one day. That would be amazing. I'd love to make a video of me talking about how I made $20,000 in one day. But at the same time, if I can hit my goal, if I can hit my $300 goal for the day, I'm happy. It's a lot of stress off me and it makes you feel better about trading. And I'm in a better mindset and it really helps me. And that's why I think I ended up going over my goals, because I'm in a better mindset. Because I hit that $300 goal and I'm like, this is great. I'm up. I get another trade. I don't try to force trades. I don't try to overtrade. I'm happy with that. So try that idea. Try to aim small. Get some bigger results. It works. Just try it out. Try to aim small. Try to aim for $100 a day, $200 a day. Just aim for those small goals and you'll be surprised. Over time, you'll start to just go over those goals without even thinking about it, without having any kind of emotional connection or even any kind of stress thinking about, I need to make this profit. Because you're just going to, before you know it, you're like, wow, I made $500 and that's awesome because my goal was $200. So try it out. Try it. Just try it. Leave a comment below in a couple of weeks after you tried it out and see how it's worked for you. Just try to remove some of that emotion and just build up your confidence as a trader. Aim small, win big. Try it out.